Hey everyone, it's Jeff Tincher here with your YYC Market Minute for October of 2020. October was a busy month. Let's get into some of the numbers. So there were a total of 1,764 units that traded hands in Calgary in October. Of that, 1,139, so a whopping 64% of the transactions were single family detached. So that obviously doesn't include duplexes, doesn't include multifamily, doesn't include condos. 64% of what traded hands and continues to be hot in this market is single family detached. Now, year over year in October, believe it or not, we were up a whopping 35% in terms of sales. That is big considering how the rest of previously in this year went. As we move forward, for those of you that are, so going back to that, sorry, before I get ahead of myself, going back to that single family detached stat, one of the things the real estate board is saying is that properties above 600,000 were really starting to trade hands a lot faster last month than they normally were in the months previous, and that has somewhat to do with the changes in pricing with that segment. When you go, as I've alluded to in previous videos, that 600 to 800 segment, the prices were trending downward. Now that the lending rates have changed and it's become quote unquote more affordable to borrow money, and because those that wanted to be in that 700 range could now be in the 650 range, or those that were wanted to be in the 800 range could now be in the same product for 715. That's why you're seeing that number trend higher as well. So going forward, the multifamily, so I'm talking about, so condos are still taking a beating. I'm not going to touch too much on that. You basically have to grin and bear it, put it to market for the price that makes sense, make it look as best you can, and hope that you're going to find that condo buyer. The side-by-side units, so these duplexes and semi-detached, some of them are still definitely going, but at much more noticeably, I would say lower prices, but at adjusted prices than what you could have expected even a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago in the city. As we go forward into the winter, the luxury market has adapted as well, in the sense that there are luxury units that are trading hands in that 1 to 1.3 million sector, and their agents, and I agree with them, that say that a lot of those sellers now will be looking to buy because they finally got their properties in that 1 to 1.3 range sold. They'll be looking to buy in the months to come as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on how that transpires as well. As always, real estate is my business. Thank you so much for tuning in as always, and we'll talk to you again next month.